Going in line with yesterday's video about reflection and checking in over the last few days, today I want to talk about that same humility that we must have and take on when we pray and meditate. There are so many studies and so much research out there that supports this idea of meditation, and they have even seen kind of the physical impacts that change within minutes and hours and days of a consistent study of meditation, of bringing our focus to where we want to focus it, being mindful and aware of what's going on around us, not just cleaning out our minds, but bringing the focus to what we want to. The other part of this is that idea of reaching out spiritually to our God, reaching out to that support, reaching out to that being who helps us more often than we give him credit for. And I would encourage you to seek him out humbly in prayer, knowing that you cannot do this alone. Overcoming an addiction is a relational thing. Becoming who we want to become, achieving our goals, does not depend all on us. Those around us, the people we come into contact with, God has a huge part to play in us becoming the best forms and our truest selves. So taking time to reflect and to journal and to write is wonderful and necessary, and there are benefits to just doing that. But seeking out in prayer, humble, petitioning for God's support, counseling with him about what you should do and how you should handle things, seeking out that revelation, that individual personal revelation that you need for your day and your time. I talk often that people in recovery, there's not a one-size-fits-all plan. And that's why over these 70 days or the kind of these programs is I touch on a lot of different principles, because there are so many things that can be helpful, but not all of them apply to everyone. Or they might apply to everyone, but how they apply to everyone is different and individual to that person. Praying to God for his guidance on how these principles, how these things, how what you are learning and what you need to be doing applies to you specifically, adjusting it to you specifically, will give you that freedom and that extra oomph every time you take a step. I'm also a firm believer that sometimes there are blessings and helps that God does not give us until we are willing to ask for them. He's not going to impose his help on us. Some things I'm sure he is, and he does need to support us and guide us, but other things he waits until we are willing and humble to ask for his support. I would encourage you and invite you, as something that's helped me and that I know has helped hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of other people, billions of people, to pray specifically about what you are dealing with. Open your heart. Open up about this. Share everything that you've done, everything you haven't done, everything that you need to do, and the struggles, the feelings, the emotions. Take time to sit and just open your heart and just to listen for that response, to wait for those thoughts, those impressions, those feelings to come back to you from him. Write what you think down. Put those things on paper. Document them and follow them. The more I've seen people do this, to have that daily connection or that consistent connection with God, with the divine, get better, faster, sooner, and they feel better about all of it. I encourage you, pray today. Pray right now. Meditate on what you feel, gathering that information. Take action on what you feel you should do.